This is a historic land, a land where from time immemorial ancient legends have been passed down from generation to generation. Some, in order to gain fame and fortune, have visited this land to fulfill their dreams. A few realized their ambitions. Most were ruined. People call this land Element. Hello everyone, Busy Gamer Dad starting our Arcana Let's Play. Our long play on the Busy Gamer Dad channel, part of our vote after we completed our previous game, 7th Saga. If you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at it. We played through all of 7th Saga on the Super Nintendo. This was voted on by our community to take a look at, but it was tied with another game, and as a surprise and a treat, I will be covering both games and uploading them on a set schedule. Check out the channel to see that schedule and see what games I'm talking about. Arcana is a fun Super Nintendo era RPG. It is a turn-based tactical kind of game in a sense where you have 4 characters in your party, your quintessential JRPG mechanics, but I say tactical in the sense that you have certain cards that you can use to augment your playstyle, do big spells and big wombo combo kind of things like that. I will have a link for the game should you want to try and take a look at it yourself. I believe it's currently on the Nintendo Plus store or the Super Nintendo area. So if you wanted to get it there, or if you want to be like me and spend the hundreds of dollars and get the, get yourself a Super Nintendo and get yourself a cartridge of it, go ahead and, spend your money on that. It's well worth it. I love the nostalgia factor. I love being able to play these games with you guys. This game came out in circa 1992 from HAL Labs, or HAL, I think is what it was. I thought it was HAL Laboratories at some point, but HAL is the developer for the game in conjunction with Nintendo as the publisher. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into it. I have never beaten this game. I'm going to do my best I can to find all the secrets squirreled away, but I'm going to miss some things. According to the legends, ancient legends, men of valor established 6 kingdoms on the island of Element. Disputes broke out constantly among these 6 kingdoms, but if you look at the history of the land, you can see that they were treated as minor matters by the people of these kingdoms. But in time, these seemingly minor disputes spilled over and became as a storm over the land. Eventually, the conflict spread out over the whole island, with each of the 6 kingdoms fighting for control of the island. This continued on for many years. The cities were turned to ruins, and the countryside was laid to waste. Byzance was the capital of the largest city in Lexford. Galneon, one of the court magicians, launched a coup against King Wagnell. King Wagnell was killed in the conflict, and the evil Galneon ascended to the throne. In the conflict, the king's 2 daughters disappeared. Their whereabouts is still unknown. 10 years have passed since this event. Bum, bum, bum. So if you didn't see it, you saw Kirby, right? If you know anything about HAL, HAL is like Kirby's mascot, as like Mario has Nintendo, or Nintendo has Mario as their mascot. HAL, that was the first time Kirby was ever published in game in digital format. Not in any of the Kirby games, but here. The days passed peacefully for Rooks, living in the village of Gallia. His parents had long ago passed on to the next world, but during the time of the rebellion, his parents and a few soldiers led the townspeople out of the village into the woods to await reinforcements. In the meantime, a friend of Rook's father's betrayed the survivors, leading to the unfortunate demise of Rook's parents. Taking the final card left to him by his parents, Rook began training every day to learn the ways of the card masters. So, if you know anything about Japanese anime, think of this as something akin to like the card captors. You don't get all the weird cards or anything like that, so it's not that cool, but you get the elemental cards, Earth, Fire, Wind, and Water. Currently we have Silt, which is our wind card, the last one that was left to us by our parents. You can see, like I said, we have the option to have 4 party members. We start off in the town of Gallia, like I said. There's several little shops or places that we can go to: the armor shop, the fortune teller, the inn, and then we can go out into the world, or we can go into the tea shop. We can take a look, we can talk, we can have some magic abilities. Currently we don't have any abilities right now because we're only level 1. Our card, I don't remember quite how it works, but I think our card levels up with us. So we don't want to like power level because we want to give some room for the cards we get later in the game to grow with us. But we want to certainly make sure that we're aware of, you know, getting them some power, something like that. Nothing here. Oh no. So let's see here. I don't know. We have 500 gold. We don't have any. We can get a longsword. I mean, the broadsword is really good. We can get a longsword. And we can get the hard. So at the bottom, the letters that you see at the bottom, those are the characters that can use the items. And you see how they faded away when I had the whip right here, or I have this soft leather suit, or hard leather, or ring mail. Early form of chainmail. I could do the robes, small shield. Okay, so looks like we get the normal stuff. A charm that will give the mental strength needed for battle. Interesting. All right, so I don't think I have any equipment right now, but I'm not entirely sure. No, I want to equipment. Yeah, I don't currently have anything. You can see I only have the ability to have 4 items. I don't think we can. Oh, Silta's got a lot of defense. All right, so we can separate items out. So the menus are going to be a little bit clunky, and I'm going to learn them with you here too. So don't feel like I'm going to be an expert at this. I'm going to do what I can to play the game as best I can. Play the game with me, not for me. So when I said this during my 7th Saga playthrough, tell me if I've missed something. And if I haven't gone too far past it, then I'll go back and get it. I don't mind playing the game with you guys. The challenge, unfortunately, with this game, if I remember correctly, is it's very vector-oriented, which means you go one way and you don't go back. You go progressively through the zones and progressively through the story. You can't free world, open world, run back to a previous city or a previous zone if you've beaten that boss. So keep that in mind if you do happen to leave a comment. For the next person who plays the game and happens to stumble across this video, that would be very nice. You look healthy. Rooks. What? Who says that? Rooks. Ariel. What? Is that Ariel? I haven't seen you since you were a boy. Yes. What happened? Have you been avoiding me? Didn't our fathers fight together as knights of Lexford? So I'm assuming this is the guy that betrayed our parents. But your father and Galneon, I have a different opinion from my father. Yes, but let's not discuss that. Who is the girl? She is Tifa, my apprentice. The pleasure is mine. There is something important I want you to do for me. What? It's not just a coincidence that we meet here today. Are you aware that dark spirits have arisen in Luxford? Yes. I've been trying to find the reason for this. There is chaos at the temple of Balnea. It would seem that they are being summoned there. Then at what cost we must seal the passageway. The only one who can do that is you, Rooks. You are the only card master remaining. Will you do it? Yes, I'll try. Thank you, Rooks. We will be forever in your debt. I wish I could join you, but my destiny leads me elsewhere. Please take Tifa with you. I know the way to the temple. I'll leave it up to you, Rooks, Cardmaster. Tifa joins the party. So right out of the gate, we get a new party member. Hooray! Party members, yay! Upbeat music that we did a thing that we were supposed to do. Alright, cool. So, yeah, now we have to I think we have to kit her out too. I don't think she comes equipped. Yeah, she doesn't come equipped at all either. So it's like, well, shucks fire. What do we got to do here? Let's see here. So items. She can use a dagger. So T is for Tifa. Rooks is R. The other two characters, I don't remember their names. But, well, obviously, it's the first letter of their names. The short sword, so 100, 300, 400, and that's it. That's all I can do. I could get maybe the shield. Nope, I can't get the shield. So I can get 2 soft leather. Yeah, so let's do that. I guess let's get the dagger. the short sword, or I could just get the long sword. Because I know we're going to come back to town anyways. Let's do it. Let's just do that. Let's just get the long sword right now. And then we're going to go into the ruins and the ruins. So here, equip. And then I got to equip him with the long sword. Right there. And you see, takes up an item slot. Jumps his attack up to 32. Alright, cool. We're going to go back this way. And let's see here. I don't think I can do anything at the inn. I think the inn does cost money. Oh, so we'll just save the game real quick. No, not save slot 1. Let's do save slot 2. There we are. Good. Just in case. Have a backup save. Just in case, right? Because these old cartridges. So it doesn't look like we actually... Okay, so it does need to... It does need money. I was like really excited for a second. They're like, oh, cool. Free save. Nice. Awesome. So the fortune teller, she's the one you can buy cards from. She has a bunch of cards that we use, and this is like magic cards that I was talking about, where it's like tactical in that regard, where you want to make sure that you have some of these. So summon a spirit is like the heal the spirit, fog is to escape, and then you have the 10 GP ones to literally cast the first level of these 4 elements. Okay? And then the item shop does have, or the weapon shop or the armorer does have items for us, curatives and things like that. I love the little overworld moving around. So the world is literally this big for us. That's all the world map is. It's not open world in any way, like I was saying. We literally go from point A to point B. And now we're in the game. And now we're playing the game. So the whole point of this game is, like I said, it's a Dungeon and Dragons. Oh, I didn't actually say that. So this is like a Dungeon and Dragons dungeon crawler. So as we move around, we're going to get in random encounters, but we can fill out the map and know where we came from. Every card has their own little individual animation. So we want to make sure that we're taking account of who's attacking us and when. And this game, very much like 7th Saga, it is punishing. It is absolutely punishing. You need to understand that you will always, always, always be on the low end of the damage until you are not, in which case, hooray, you're not, and you're that way. So you're stronger than that, but you had to grind to get there. I do like how they put the little animation notes in there, the little expletive or exclamations for the characters when they crit or when they dodge. So yeah, so with the longsword we're able to one-shot the hounds, but you can see that we're getting pretty beat up, and we're gonna have to go back to town pretty soon anyways. Yeah, so I am glad I did that, and we almost got enough to stay at the end for that. All of Rook's power increased. Yay! HP by 13, MP by 5, Strength by 2, Endurance by 4, Intelligence by 5, Agility by 3. Sylph is mastered attribute to wind. So what that means, and this is where the tactics come into the game that I was talking about. See how the cards have borders on them? We can change the cards' attributes to be other attributes so that they're weaker to certain things. So if I go to wind here, and now I believe the green is earth, I should be stronger against earth. It's a rock, paper, scissors system. I don't remember the balancing of it though. I don't remember what equals what's stronger or weaker to, what other things. But I do remember it being like important in certain fights to do that. And if I'm wrong, getting it wrong, please tell me. Absolutely, please tell me, correct me. If you've done the research before and, have told me about it, I'm going to break out the manual and start reading it. If you are watching this at the time of upload, you'll realize that this is definitely off of our normal schedule for uploads because I had a lot of problems getting my Streamlabs to work. For some reason, it was just like taking a holiday. And it was like, yeah, I'm not going to work today. And it was like, you better work. I got people depending on me. Alright, so we're going to try and take out everybody we can take out. I don't think that we're going to be doing... Let's take you out. Good, got it. I could have saved myself some damage. Oh well. Nice, okay. Yeah, I am glad. I am... It may not seem like it's... all of Tifa's power. It may not seem like a really good thing that what we did with the... buying the longsword, but I think it's actually a tactical thing. for us to do that. All right, her health went up by 11, MP by 6, strength by 2, endurance by 3, intelligence by 4, agility by 5, and she learned heal. Awesome, great. So as I was saying, you have your map right here. You can always take a peek at it and take a look at it. We are not able to really do too heck of a lot with like anything here. Like you can change the windows and things like that, but beyond that, that's really all you've got. You've got some oh, sorry. So you've got the condition screen here, and you can take a look at the characters and find out when their level ups are. Like I said, Sylph doesn't level up on her own. She levels up when Rooks levels up, and that's the same for the other cards. I don't know if it's like they have cumulative power from when, you know, they're expected to be gotten or anything like that. I don't want to put it past the game that that's not the case, that they're supposed to level up with you. So I'm not entirely sure. Let's do a heal real quick. Restore hit points. Heal on Sylph. 83, okay. So that was a big heal, actually. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of dungeon plunge explore around. Lupus. We are already on the tier 2 of these dogs. Okay. Well, I'm going to take out the one that I know I can take out. I'm assuming they probably got about 20 or 30 health. Oh, is that good? She dodged. Still getting one shots. That's what I like to see with that longsword. That longsword coming in clutch. All of Rook's power gained. Yeah, okay, good. So gain a level up. 14 HP, 5 MP, 5 strength, 3 endurance, 4 intellect, 4 agility, and he learned heal 2. Wow, okay, so he skipped right over heal 1 and said, no, I want heal 2. So this is one of the things that's going to be the hard part about this game. The treasure chests only appear when you are standing literally right in front of them and looking at them. If I turn to the side here, I don't see this treasure chest on any other thing. If I back up, I don't see the treasure chest on any of the other tiles or any indication that it's here. So I literally have to face, put my forehead against the wall too, and get the treasure chest to appear, and then I can actually do it. A silver flask. I don't know what that does. I'm going to have to break out the manual next episode. We'll go over what some of these items do, and then we'll have a little powwow about like, oh, okay, cool, that does that thing. Oh, that does this thing. All right, so we're going to go this way. I'm assuming that there's going to be some other things around the other corner here. I like that we're gaining some levels pretty quick, though. That's nice. Getting some power. Getting some stat ups, as it were. I like how the cards have their own little idle animations. It's fun. Alright. And then right here, look, and we got some herbs. Herbies. Herbies. Alright, so one of the things with, if I remember correctly, so I can't move sideways, I can't strafe in this game. You literally have only one forward, you know, back, when I bless, words are failing me, sorry, I'm tripping over them. When you press left or right, you turn left or right, and then you press backwards and forwards and move a specific way, based on what button you press in. I don't have the ability to strafe left or right, to kind of save that movement, so just be forewarned, it's a very simplistic moving system. But that's fine. That's, you know, it's 1992 when this game came out, so I think they did pretty good. I like the animations for it. I think it's fun. Alright, we're going to go back this way, so I don't have to go that way. So, going back to what I was talking about before with the game and understanding how it's going to change as we play it. I remember some things that happen in the story arc. I don't remember everything that's happening in the story arc, so there's going to be certain things that I'm like, I remember this, and there's going to be certain things where it's like, I don't know what's happening. And if I remember things that happen later but don't remember things that happened before, please forgive me, because this has been probably close to 2 decades? No. I'm 42. 3 decades since I played this game. So, yeah. Good level up, good strength, 3, endurance, and intelligence, and agility. Okay. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to plug along here, and we'll go this way. We'll go out to the outside. Oh, it looks like this side's a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's take the wolf out first, because that one's the hound, I should say. Because that one's probably a little bit more dangerous. Sylph can now one-shot those things. I don't think the elementals can have any weaponry. I don't remember that, though. So, we'll find that out together. Alright, so it looks like... Yeah, this is a little bit wider on this side. Yeah, okay, and then if we go this way, and then... Like, you could speedrun this game if you knew where the path was to get through. You could so easily speedrun. And that's the thing with this, not seeing the treasure chests down the hallways. You could very easily walk down a hallway expecting to see a treasure chest, and you won't find one. It just won't exist. Alright, so how do you focus on? Oh, dodged. That's a bummer. So the slimes only have 3 health, which is okay by me, because that means that we can still take them out pretty easy. Sylph can, and Tifa can. As soon as she gets like another level up, I'm sure she'll be able to take them out pretty quick. But this one died from Sylph's hands alone. Nice. And we got some money really quick, actually. You do get a lot of money, it seems, in this game. But I am going really far into this dungeon, and I was not expecting to go this far in the back. I think I need to get myself out of here. So the risk-reward of this game is very apparent very quickly. I don't think that we want to go much further without getting Tifa some gear and getting some more gear for Rooks, because I don't see the benefit to having them not have anything, because they need to be doing some damage. They need to be carrying their own weight, and the level ups are only going to get us so far. So definitely want to have some way of making sure they can pull their own weight in this. And I you know, it's a meme on our channel here, where no matter what I do, I'm always going to end up doing this. I will always end up healing and then finding a recovery spring, or a full heal tent site or something like that. I don't think those are in this game. I don't remember them being in this game. Or things like where it's like, I'll buy something in the town and then I'll go in the dungeon and immediately find something better. So it's just the funny things that happen on our channel here. Alright, let's see. Oh, Rook's gained a level up. Health 16, MP 3, Strength 4, Endurance 3, Intelligence 1, Agility 2. Alright, I'm going to go down this hallway, and I'm expecting there to be nothing here. Oh, never mind. See, that's why you check the hallway. A sleeping bag. So, again, see, that's why I didn't expect there to be tents or anything like that, but there's sleeping bags, so that tells me that you can cure or heal yourself inside dungeons. So I'm going to make our way back out, and with the money that we got, we're going to stay at the inn, and we're going to get some equipment that we're missing, some armor that we're missing. Now, I want you to pay attention to something very important. If you have not seen it, or noticed it, I should say, then that's fine. Sylph is regenerating as we're moving. That is not a bug. That is not anything other than a feature of the game. The summons, your cards, they regenerate as you move through. And it's, I think, a balancing mechanic in the game, because, you know, sometimes these fights in these dungeons can get pretty prolonged, and it's really helpful to have that in your party to offset the amount of healing that you have to do. Because, as I was saying before, not very well or articulate, that your characters are strong only to a certain point. You really can't go too far into these dungeons too fast. You are expected to play the game and grind. I'm going the wrong way. You are expected to play this game and grind out inside some of these dungeons for a little while to gain some levels. I have no idea, like, the certain level cadence of things, what threshold we're supposed to be at before we go into certain places, but just be forewarned that this is one of those old school RPG games that punishes you if you are underleveled, and it will do so because you're underleveled and you're thinking that you're all that in a bag of chips, and you're absolutely not. You are absolutely not. So I like moving around out in the overworld because I like the little chibis as they go. Little sound effects for them. It's fun. It's fun. I'm sorry. Okay. Don't judge me. All right, so we're going to go inside here, and we're going to get some curatives and some equipment. Let's see, I think we got about, 300 gold, so that's enough to get a dagger, right? Oh, she can have a short sword, too. She can have the staff. Used to easily defeat enemies. Basic whip. She can have the whip as well. I'm not really concerned about that. I think I'll just get her the dagger for right now. Yes, I'll pay the cash for the dagger. And then for armor, I guess I'll buy her. Well, they both can use this. Ringmail would be really nice. Oh, she can use this one? Alright, I'll get her this. Yeah, I'll get her this right here. I'll buy this, and so now she's pretty kitted out. Right here, do the equipment. Right here. Dagger. And then robes. Right there. Good. So she's got higher defense than Rooks does. But that's fine because Rooks doesn't actually have any armor right now. And then we're going to stay at the end, and I'm going to call this episode here. So this is Busy Gamer Dad showing you Arcana. This is going to be uploaded regularly per our schedule on our Busy Gamer Dad channel. Like, comment, subscribe so you can stay up to date on that. And I hope that you guys like this playthrough. You guys voted on it, so here it is. And we will catch you next episode. Later.